to have you back. Just in a moment, we're going to invite the futurists to come in. Helen Paul, good to see you. Thanks for your encouragement. So many people joining in. Thank you, Damien, Lola, Joe. Thanks for joining. Wow. God bless you, Canada guys. God bless you. God bless you. I love you guys. Good evening.
Pastor Yams.
Hey, the future is here. Ladies and gentlemen, we can't afford to waste time, mainly because our futurist has another event in a couple of minutes. You dug in, sir, into the area of how people can earn, that area of how they can.
Yes, money.
Please.
Can
you dig into that more? Yeah, please go ahead.
Great. So what I had said is for us to ask ourselves 7 questions. The first one is, what is too much? The second one is, what is too little? The third one is, where is your new money? Where is your new money? And you can change money to value, traction, whatever you want to call it. Whatever it is that determines your exchange, what you give out and what you get back. Now, don't assume that where you usually get it, where you used to get that value, is still where it is. So where is your new money? And I said to understand that, you have to transcend the limits of earning within your geography, right? Yeah. Earning beyond your local currency because of the continuous impact. And I use the Naira as an example. Close to 500 Naira to $1 doesn't make sense. But if you can rent a space in the heads of people beyond the limits of your geography, because that is the test of universality. So you don't want to keep passing the test of locality and failing the test of universality. Now is the other way around. You want to pass the test of universality, because once you pass that, passing locally is automatic. That's why Jesus said a prophet is without honor. You increase your stress and your hustle when you limit the best of your expression to your local environment. You increase the stress of it. When you get adoption globally, then local does not have a choice but to adopt you. So local adoption is expanded when you pass, the global adoption, and that is critical. That is why multinationals come here and they do better. And, it's incredible. As a matter of fact, Guinness, the CEO of Guinness globally said the future of Guinness is in the Lagos bars, not the Irish pubs. And that is instructive. So when the destiny of a company is tied to how our young people can drink to stupor, that's a symposium discussion. But the hope of Guinness in their future is that their Nigerian work will continue to grow. All the big brands like the big FMCGs, Nestle, Cadbury, and all those companies, they do better in Africa than in their host countries. Their business in Africa is bigger than in their host countries. Right? So we have to understand that global is a duty, right? And it's something we have to architect. The biggest companies in the world and the biggest countries are not playing within their local environment. They stretch to pass that universal test. Once they cross border and they begin to rent space in every country in the world, they grow their power and their influence. Think about Toyota, think about Mercedes-Benz, BMW, think about all those businesses, Facebook, Microsoft, Apple. These guys are not just winning in their local environment. Deliberately, they stretch to move out to the world. Global is duty. Now, having said that, we need to look at passing. I don't care what you do. An eye capable of lifting you, an eye capable of creating your next level is always watching you. An eye capable of transforming your life is always watching you. Now, before COVID, anybody can be seen. We've heard phrases like the world is flat. The world was flat before COVID. The world is flattest now in COVID. It means anything can rise. Anything can rise. Right now, anything can rise and anything can die. I've said to people, this decade is the rise of the underdogs. Right now, this thing we are looking at, Oprah can be watching us right now. You just can't say who can be. Obama can be seeing this conversation right now. So you want to put yourself out, communicate at the highest level possible, think at the highest level possible, express yourself at the highest level possible. In fact, what I advise is, in your positioning, don't perform for the world. Perform for that I. Imagine that big I that is capable of changing your life right now. Perform, organize, brand, strategize for that I, visibility, be visible, and online is what makes that happen easily. Pass the test of recognizability, pass the test of transferability, right? So how can your idea move and be borderless in the world? Borderlessness is the ability of the human spirit to, from one spot, attract followership, traction, purchasing power from all over the world and bring it to headquarters in Lagos. So I'm not asking people to run around and to jump around. I'm saying from one spot, you can cultivate your idea. Borderlessness as skilled export duties, import duties. All of those things are now arrested. Your ideas can move beyond borders without the limits of a visa. I tell people, visa is not the will of God. When you said, be fruitful, multiply, fill the earth, there was no visa in the world. He expected you to be able to respond to that instruction without the limits of a visa, without the approval of a third party. And so when you look at the most prosperous people in the world, and the most prosperous companies in the world, and the most prosperous nations, there are people that can move to the world without the limits of a visa. So, and I tell people, when you take yourself to a level where you transcend the limits of a visa, it's not relocation, it's restoration first. You have restored yourself to that original man that God designed, who is able to move around the world without the limits of a visa. But when we say that, people think we are telling them to relocate and pack their bag. No, we are telling you to go online. Online is the new borderlessness. Online is the upgrade of globalization. When you go online and you position online, you transcend the limits of physical connection and the limits of geography. It's so key that we understand this thing. And I've told people, stop pursuing your dreams. I've told people, stop hustling. Hustle is not the will of God, it's toiling. God did not design anyone to hustle. You are not supposed to pursue your dreams. You are supposed to position for your dreams. The Bible did not say goodness and mercy shall be before you all the days of your life to be pursued. It said goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. It means your dreams are gravitating towards you. What you need is not to pursue the dreams, but to position for the dreams. The dreams is coming towards you anyway. You are the one running. So the day of meeting between your dreams and yourself is elongated by your hustle, because you keep running around and your dream is chasing you around. So you are the one elongating the clash between your opportunity and your experience. So you need to understand that and position more. And the best place to position now is online. Get online, put yourself out in such a way that anybody anywhere can see you. Anything can happen from there. So number 4, first one is where is your what is too much, what is too little, where is your new money? Who is holding that money? Who is holding it? Who is holding that money? I mean, when I say who, I don't mean a person. I mean, what demographic? What demographic is holding? Are they young people? Are they old people? Are they millennials? Are they Gen Z? Who are those holding that money? Where are they? Where do you find them? Where do they buy? Is it in the night? Is it in the morning? Is it 24 hours? How do you get them? Where are they located? What are their thinking? What are their thinking pattern? Their behavior? How do they make choices? Who is holding this money? But I can tell you one thing for free. to any workforce, to any business now is Generation Z. Generation Z is the most critical demographic to any workforce, to any idea, to any business now. Even more than millennials. Millennials used to be the King Kong, but Gen Z, the new kid on the block now. And the oldest Gen Z is 23. The oldest Gen Z is 23 anywhere in the world. So we need to mark that space 23 down and begin to see how to arrest those people and keep them within your block. So where is the money? Who is holding it? How do you reach them? How do you reach them? If you reach them, what do you say? That's the sixth question. If you reach them, what do you say? There's a work I did called ideological messaging. So the way Gen Z is thinking, they have to be profiled. You have to know what to say to them. You just can't tell Gen Z, buy my cake. No, my cake is sweet and quality. Gen Z don't hear that. But if you say, my cake is sweet, yes, but for every cake you buy, I give one cake free in Africa, Gen Z will buy that. Because they think about a cause. They think about a cause. They are always ideological. They want to identify with a cause. So you want to profile transparency. 60% of them want to be entrepreneurs. They insist on freedom. You know, rebellion is a critical part of their meaning. You just have to direct it. You know, so that is Gen Z. That is Gen Z. That is the reality of Gen Z. So you have to profile that and see how to plug into that. So where is the new money? Who is holding it? How do you reach them? If you reach them, what do you say? If you know what to say, how do you say it? How do you say it? What platforms do you need? Do you need a podcast? Do you need ClickFunnels? Do you need digital marketing? You know, do you need a brochure? Do you need a website? What do you need? Where is the money? Who is holding that money? Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay. So where is so where is the money? Who is holding that money? How do you reach them? If you reach them, what do you say? If you know what to say, how do you say it? Then I also want to encourage everyone, please, whatever you do, grow in niches. Don't try to do everything available within your industry. This is the best time to focus on a niche. Focus on a niche. And this is the best time to avoid competition. Don't compete at all. Rather, be a monopoly. Be a monopoly. Don't compete. If you compete, you and your competitor are two dead bodies trying to enter one coffin. Because you are going to compete with color, with logo, with style. After a while, you are going to begin to compete with price. After a while, you begin to compete with margin. Once you start competing with your margin and your price, you are about to die. So you need to get away from that and embrace what I call perceived value. Be a monopoly such that you offer something of such intrinsic value that there is no substitute to what you offer. You see, and that is being big on experience. So once you cannot compare my price to any other product out there, I'm free to charge at my level and at my pace, you know, and at my size. So that is how we have to exist. And part of that is, you know, people forget that when Amazon began, Amazon was just selling books. They were just selling books. Even today, we have even forgotten completely that Amazon was just selling books. That is what it means to master a canoe before you create other canoes to sail on the ocean. Master one. So Amazon mastered book selling. From book selling, but because they were tech, and Pastor, I need to say this. You know, before COVID, Pastor Yemi, we were organizations that were defined by our mission. Now, it means, for example, if you are a hospital in pre-COVID, if you were a hospital, what we were doing was we were a hospital that is treating people. We were a hospital that is treating people before COVID. But in COVID now, you are not a hospital that is treating people. You are a tech organization that use technology to reach people. But now we are a tech organization that is reaching people. That keeps you nimble and elastic. That's like the same thing that is happening when somebody says, I produce water. If you produce water and you have a factory that produces water, that same factory, plus or minus one or two equipment, can produce soda, soft drinks, can produce juice, can produce maybe even beer, right? But all you are doing now is water factory. But your water factory can grow into producing other fluids. So in the same way, when you keep yourself tech, you increase your propensity to diversify, to do more, to embrace more, right? That is actually how it works. So I do pray that people can embrace their nimbleness in this time and be able to focus and drive change at the level they should.
Amen. Thank you. I wanted to go ahead, but it will selfish for me to do that. You've given us extra time. There's another event coming up on parenting that you're going to be on. We celebrate you. How can people reach you? Website, just a website or something?
Yes, they can reach me. My social media is at Olakunle Shoriyan. My website, yes. My store is learn.kennethshoriyan.store.com. Learn.kennethshoriyanstore.com. They can find my stuff there.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you so I celebrate you, man of God.
Wow.
Thank you.
Precious Democracy Day. Helen Paul, if you are there, when PK leaves, we would like you to greet us for like 10 minutes, okay?
Awesome.
Helen Paul, we need to see your face. Jara, we're going to give us some Jara when PK leaves. Sir, we celebrate you. We'll do this again. Thank you. Everywhere's on fire. Fire.
Thank you, sir.
God bless you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Wow. What is... Everyone, thanks for joining. Helen Paul, thanks for joining too. We appreciate you. If you are there, just greet us for some few moments. We'll let us know all the details of the videos when they are out, how to access them, and all those stuff like that. We're also looking forward to Odion Igalo at 7:45 in the evening. You can tell your friends. You can tell your friends. Sorry about that. You can tell your friends. Follow at Yemi David. You're going to be a part of it. We trust God for a great time. This has been awesome from 12 noon. At least revolutionize our country in that sense. Leaders like Joseph, like Daniel, and you are the leader. Okay, I am the leader. We are the ones that will sanitize and change everything in this nation. The things we are saying. Okay, and thank God it's not really about visa now. From where we are, we can make great changes. Helen Paul, we are waiting for you. I hope you are still there. Just want you to greet the people out here. Come and give us some Jara or okay, if you are still, let us know. Thanks for joining. God bless you, everyone. Lala Borose. Anyway, thank you, everybody. So we'll see you at 7:45 p.m. Nigerian time by the grace of God for the last session for today. I think Helen Paul is making up. Okay, so that might take some time. God bless you. God bless you. What? That was the last session. I wanted to come in the last session. Ladi, thanks for joining on the way from Maryland, USA. God bless you. We'll let everybody know how things will, how we'll assess the videos and how to get them after by tomorrow or something. Thank you for joining. Dipo Dinyo, Manchester United fan. God bless you, Pastor Dipo. Niyi Muyi, good to see you. God bless you all.